Today's conversation is huge. It doesn't apply to everyone, but to who it applies to, it applies heavily. And that's what Healing Time is about. We want to hit those niches in the church that need to be highlighted and healed. Today we're talking about grandparents who raise their grandchildren day in, day out. Now, most grandparents don't anticipate raising their children. They just don't. They think, I've raised my kids, I'm retiring, I'm gonna go off and have a good time, I might travel. And then something happens. It might be a tragedy, it might be an addiction, it might be circumstantial, but here you are, okay? And when you are a grandparent who is raising your grandchildren day in, day out, getting them up for school, making their lunches, okay, you can often face emotional, physical, and financial challenges completely different from when you were raising your children. Now, over 2.4 million grandparents in the U.S. alone are responsible for their grandchildren under the age of 18. Now, around 32% of these grandparents have been doing so for 5 or more years. This shows that when you see a grandparent raising a grandchild, that they're in a long-term process. And this is a huge responsibility. If you're in this kind of situation, the first thing I want to say is, you're amazing. You're a rock star. And you're the hero to some very important people, your grandchildren. And other people might not understand you or feel compassion towards you, or maybe even judge you, but you're a rock star. Because otherwise these children would be in the state system, they might be abused, and here you are loving them with all your heart every day, and I want to say you're a rock star. Parenting is challenging enough, okay, when you're young. And now that you've taken on this role as a parent and as a grandparent, those are two separate roles, that's a lot of roles for you to have. And sometimes it's heavy. You know, maybe your son or daughter, they're in jail. Maybe they might have a mental health issue, a physical issue, battling addictions, or maybe they've just abandoned the children, or they might have even passed away. Whatever the reason is, you're taking this responsibility of raising your grandkids, and that's incredible. So I want to say kudos to you. You are not understood. Most people do not understand the exhaustion, the challenges that you hit, and it's unique challenges, especially with the generational divide, because the culture has shifted so far from raising your kids. Technology has advanced so far since raising your kids. The phones, the iPads, entertainment has shifted. Okay, your kids probably grew up where they could watch TV and it wouldn't be that bad for them, but today it's awful how immoral it is. And many grandparents in this situation, they might not even have formal legal custody, which can complicate things for them. Issues like health care, school enrollment, social services that are available for them can be complicated. There can be legal issues that they're facing. And I'm just saying this to the body of Christ because I want you to be aware of these rock stars. I want you to be aware of the man and woman who's, bringing along these little children to church every week, but they're also there Monday through Saturday. Raising their grandchildren can also affect their retirement plans. They gave up a lot. And if you're on a fixed income, this can really stretch this couple. And I would say to the church, if you see someone in a situation, go have a talk with them. Say, listen, we love you. We are your church. These are our grandkids too. How are you doing? How are you doing financially? Can we help you with food or clothes or Christmas or anything that we can do to pitch in? And maybe just assign a cell group or a Sunday school class or maybe a few deacons to make sure that these couples are doing okay, because it's arduous, okay? And regardless of your set of circumstances or challenges, these people, they're here. They're showing up for their grandkids, and really that's impressive. So before we get deeper into this conversation, I want to encourage you. Number one, you're making a life-saving difference. Your love and the stability that you're providing can break generational cycles and create a safer, healthy future grandchild. Number two, you're not alone. In Isaiah 41:10, it says this, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." God is with you, and he's there for your grandchildren as well. Psalm 68, 5-6 says, "God is a father to the fatherless, a defender of widows is God in his holy dwelling." God sets the lonely in families, and I am one of those. God has been my father, okay? I was put in foster homes. I didn't have a grandparent that loved me enough, even though she was just blocks away, to be able to step into the gap. So when someone does, I'm excited about that. So number three, your experience is a superpower. The things you've gone through, life, parenting 30 years later or 20 years later, okay? You might not have the same energy levels as you did at 20 or 30, okay? But you've raised kids before. You've made some mistakes. You have some experience. You have some wisdom. Hopefully you're more patient. I know I am at my age as a grandparent than I was when I was younger, okay? And you have strengths that parents don't have. Proverbs 16:31, "Gray hair is a crown of splendor. It is attained in the way of righteousness." And if you've been following the Lord, he has seasoned your heart, okay? Number four, your love is the greatest gift. That's what they really need. You may not have all the resources or that you wish you had, but your unconditional love, the little things you do, the traditions you create, these are things that will strengthen the very spirit, soul, and even their body, be inoculated from the world because of your love. So whether it's getting them through the day, helping them with homework, or just giving them a smile, you are changing their life. And number five, you are creating a legacy. Your sacrifice and love are leaving a lasting legacy. Your grandchildren will remember and carry it with them for the rest of their lives. And you're also leaving a spiritual legacy by pouring your faith into them, reading them Bible stories, praying with them, encouraging them to go to church and have a relationship with Jesus. So even if sometimes you feel unnoticed and you rarely hear a thank you from the parents or even from your grandchildren, you're doing something heroic, and your efforts deeply matter to your grandkids and for your future generations. And I can tell you, Jesus really loves what you're doing.